So we've touched on the food side of New Year's Eve. Let's talk now about the drink side. Coming up on KARE 11 News at 4, we'll pop the cork on the topic of champagne. It's all about the bubbly when we return.
Champagne is a New Year's classic, but there are so many options in quality and price that can make your head spin before you even take that very first sip. In the case of bubbly, as with many other topics, knowledge is power.
So we're going to try to get some knowledge here today with Tim Edmunds, a sommelier with Grandview Lodge. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So we were talking in the break about the fact that true champagne has to come from this small region in France, and it's very expensive.
Yep.
And there's a lot of pressure when you're trying. I mean, I don't know if you're like me, Jana, but I'm at the wine store going, I don't know. And do I have to get the expensive one in order for it to be good?
Precisely. And will my guests perceive a greater value in that, or will they really not appreciate that necessarily? Something to think about. So what I was going to discuss today is kind of options that are a little outside the box as far as where you might save some money, have a greater value, and actually please more palates.
So it doesn't have to be champagne. What do you recommend if it's not actual
champagne? Today I'm thinking
champagne?
about a Prosecco, which is from northern Italy. It's made of a grape called Prosecco. It's a little more approachable to most palates. It's less dry in production process, a little more apple-y and a little more fruit-driven.
Okay.
Also a Cava from Spain, which is a reasonably priced champagne-style production process. I mean, it still goes through the labor-intensive production process, but you get a lot more value for your dollar.
I think people just want the look of the champagne. If it bubbles.
If you have the bubbles, it goes a long way. Yeah. The popping sound, the bubbles
there's something celebratory about the look and the feel. Is there a way to make it a little more special other than just pouring it into the glass and serving it?
You know, traditionally, I don't even enjoy the big flute. I have a big nose. It's really hard for me to get this nose into a flute. So actually, I like the old tulip that they used to do in the 20s and 30s, that kind of flat tulip. I like that style of glass. I like a regular universal wine glass as well. Okay. The flute looks nice. It obviously is what people are more accustomed to, but I really like to serve my bubbles out in a different glass.
So we can say you told us that, so we don't look tacky.
Right. Well, then, we like to look superior at our parties.
Yeah,
so we say, Tim, the sommelier at Grandview told us to serve it in this glass.
Definitely,
right here.
Whatever glassware makes you more comfortable and your guests more comfortable, but in earnest, you really want to get the aroma profile, and it's hard for, you know, me and others to get their nose into that glass and really smell what's going on.
And champagne is obviously something you pop right before you drink it. Are there you know, storage issues people should know about, or?
You know, once any wine is open, it starts a sort of degradation process, and you want to consume it as rapidly as possible, especially with bubbles.
So
try not to keep
drink it that night.
If you have any trouble finishing it that night, call me. I'll come on. I'd be happy to help finish it up.
Then you should just invite more friends.
Yeah, bring more friends, bring more people to the table.
You know, with wine is, the Wine Spectator is a wonderful resource for people when they're rating quality wines. And that doesn't mean it's expensive. It just means if it gets a high rating in Wine Spectator, it's respected. Is there a similar publication for champagne or a rating system that people can trust before they hit the store?
There are definitely, and within all of those publications, Spectator enthusiasts, they will always rate champagnes, and they'll talk about true sparkling wines and exceptional, you know, champagne-driven wines.
What's your advice to people when they walk into the store, the liquor store, and they're just, you know, hit with all these bottles of wine? How do you equip yourself before you go there?
If you truly love champagne, and you truly love that dry nature of it and its production process, then I urge you to, you know, go ahead and spend that money. But if you're entertaining, say, a group, and you have 50 people coming, maybe 12 people are really going to appreciate it, and then you're going to have 38 half-full flutes sitting on your mantle and on your coffee table and on end table.
So again, the last two things they can do Prosecco, and what's the other one?
The Cava is just a method champenoise production process, but from Catalonia, Spain.
I think you better try it, Jana, just to make sure that Tim's brought us a good...
Well, the one that you're tasting here is a third option. This is a Moscato d'Asti. It's made from a grape called Muscat. The producer here is Astoria Lounge. It's sweet. Tastes like apricots and honey and peaches, and it's really...
Thanks for coming.
No, it's really nice, and this is going to please 50 out of 50 guests. Maybe too sweet for some, but yeah.
But that's champagne, too. Thanks so much, Tim. We appreciate you coming in. Tim gives classes, by the way, at Grandview Lodge in Nisswa on the weekends and Mondays at Crave here in the Twin Cities. For more, go to grandviewlodge.com for more information.